To get started with Claude, you can go to any browser and type in Claude AI or copy and paste the link in the top of the description. Signing in is easy. You can sign up with Google, sign up with your email. Either way, it'll bring you to a page that looks something like this. This gives us the chat box in the middle. You may have experienced something similar with Gemini or Grok or ChatGPT, and this is where we're going to be focusing a lot of this video, although there are some really cool extra features I'll show you later on. Now, whenever you're dealing with chats, you can obviously type them in right here, as I will in a second, but you can also add new chats on the left by clicking on the plus button here, or accessing older chats by going down to the chats button on the left side. If you click on chats, you'll be able to see all of your conversation history, and from there you can revisit older conversations and discuss things more. But going to a new chat here, let's say for example I want to know a basic question. I can simply type it in right here. Maybe I want to know how to identify a red oak tree. I can simply type it in and it gives you a very text style interface, similar to messaging a friend. Sometimes it takes longer for different responses depending on what you're asking, and you'll see on the bottom you can have Claude notify you when it's done, or I usually just wait. A lot of these only take 30 seconds to a minute to actually answer. And in the answers, you'll see you have kind of mixed media. Some responses will have only text, some will include images, some will include references or links you can click on. So this right here will link me to a website, for example. And at the bottom, you can retry it if you don't like the response you were given. You can vote up or down on it to give some feedback to Claude, and you can copy it if you need to paste this in an email or something like that. So that's level one. Very simple, and a lot of people usually get stuck at this level, but the other levels are significantly more advanced. However, we're going to go slowly through this. The second level of working with Claude is going to be giving it more information. Rather than just the text you input, if you click on the plus button here, you can actually add a lot of other things. For example, photos or videos or files such as a PDF. So I could upload a 50-page PDF about, different types of trees, or maybe a digital copy of a book, upload the entire thing, and then ask it questions about that. And this is able to take screenshots for you, so you can ask questions about something you're actually seeing on a specific website, for example. So I have a 216-page report from the USDA. It's about forestry, but I don't want to read the whole thing. I could either click on plus and upload the file, or I can click and drag it over. I've got another monitor on the side. I can click and drag that over and drop it here. It's going to upload that entire thing. It may take a minute to do that. And then below that, I can ask a question. So I could say, what is an ESI forest land? A very basic question, and perhaps you could Google this, but you can ask essentially relevant information that was within a large PDF, and it's going to search through that and give you quotes and answer and things like that. And kind of tying into level 2 here is giving more complex prompts. So rather than just saying, what is this? So I'm going to say, please reference the PDF and cite sources. And as you can see right here, it's telling me which part it's actually reading from, what pages we're looking at, and ultimately answering my question. And I can really, converse with this and ask for more details.